Unit 1, Exercise 10, Part 1. Let's stick together. Janice and Andy have been together for 15 years. They live in a cottage near the ocean. Janice describes their relationship.
Where did you meet?
At a party. I was 18, and it was my best friend's birthday party. There were about 50 of us in a club. I wasn't having a very good time. I was with another boy, and he was so annoying. I really didn't want to be with him.
Was it love at first sight?
I saw Andy across the room, and I was immediately attracted to him. When our eyes met, it was like a light going on between us. I knew right away that he was the one for me, and luckily, he felt the same way.
Where did you go on your first date?
We went to a gig. His friend was in a band, and we went to see them. They played until midnight, and we danced and danced. Andy was a terrible dancer, but it didn't bother me.
When and where did you get married?
We got married 3 years later near my parents' house. We didn't have much money at the time, so it was a very small wedding. We just invited a few close friends and relatives, but it was very romantic.
How many children do you have?
2, Tamsin and Jessica. They're twins, and they're 8 years old. When they were born, it changed the whole relationship. Until they arrived, we were kids. After they arrived, we were real grown-ups.
What does Andy do?
He's a music producer. He works in a recording studio. He helps bands produce the sound they're looking for. He travels abroad a lot. Bands like recording in sunny places like Jamaica.
What do you like doing together?
Making music. He plays the guitar and I sing. We sometimes do little gigs together at weddings or parties, just for friends. Other than that, it's ordinary things like playing with the kids or going to the movies, if we can get a babysitter.
Where are you going on your next vacation?
We're going to see friends in upstate New York, near Lake Placid. They live on a farm, and we're going to stay in a tent in a field on their land. We're all taking our rain boots. We stayed there last year, and it rained every day.
Unit 1, Exercise 11, Parts 1 and 2. Andy and Ed.
Hey, Ed. Aren't you getting married soon?
Yeah, next month.
Are you nervous?
Yes, definitely. It's a big step. You're a happily married man. What's your secret for a happy marriage?
No big secret. It's love. We just fell in love.
So, was it love at first sight?
Sort of. I was just 21 and at this boring party. I wanted to leave, but then I saw this girl, Janice, come into the room with a friend.
Another girl?
No, a boy. He was a friend, but not a boyfriend, if you know what I mean. At least, that's what she told me. I could see she was bored with him. Anyway, our eyes met, and she just walked over. We chatted all evening until the party finished at midnight, and it all started from there, really.
What happened to her friend?
I have no idea. I never saw him again. The best thing was that when we talked, we discovered that we had and still have so many things in common.
Like what?
Well, music, of course. She's a great singer, and I play the guitar.
Oh, of course. You two do gigs together.
Well, now that we have kids, we don't do as many gigs as before.
Oh, yes. You have twins, don't you? Wow.
Yeah, it was really difficult when we first had the twins. Janice couldn't travel abroad with me on work trips anymore. I felt bad about going away, but she was really good about it.
Huh. Marriage. There's lots to think about.
Are you having a big wedding?
Huge. 200 people.
Good luck, Ed. I'm sure it'll be a fantastic day. Just try to enjoy it. I enjoyed my wedding a lot. It was small, but really romantic.
Unit 1, Exercise 12, Part 1. 1,
Hot.
2,
Foot.
3,
Fun.
4,
Cat.
5,
Mean.
6,
10,
7,
Win.
8.
walk.
Unit 1, Exercise 12, Part 2. 1,
2,
2,
Meet.
3,
4,
4,
Sun.
5,
board,
6.
Peace.
Unit 2, Exercise 9. All you need is love.
Earning more than $45,000 a year doesn't make you any happier. Who says this? An investment banker. Most of us think that rich people are happy people, but research shows that money doesn't buy you happiness. Most lottery winners don't enjoy their win after the first moment of excitement. In fact, they often say they were happier before they won. When you see a photo of a millionaire, how often are they smiling? Billionaires with 10 houses and 3 yachts have more worries than ordinary people and bigger bills. A report by James Montier, who works for an investment bank, says that all you need is a salary of $45,000 a year. This is enough money to buy food, a home, clothes, and health care. People who earn more than this aren't necessarily any happier. The report also says, give time and energy to close relationships. This is one of the main secrets to personal happiness. Look at the world around you and see what is good about it. Smell the roses, listen to the birds. Exercise regularly. A healthy body means a healthy mind. Try to do a job you enjoy. We spend a third of our lives working. Live in the moment. Enjoy what you're doing. Don't live in the past or the future. The best thing to do with money. If you are lucky enough to have money, says the report, the best thing to do with it is to go on vacation with people you love or have life-changing experiences, such as walking the Himalayas or diving in the Red Sea. The memory of these experiences stays with you forever. If you buy a new car or a designer handbag, you are excited for a very short time, and then it is no longer exciting. Think of the millionaire wife who buys her husband a new $500,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom for his birthday. He already has so many cars. What is he going to do with the new one? How many cars can he drive at the same time? The problem is that we think that money brings happiness, but we need to remember that what makes us really happy is friends and family. As John Lennon said, all you need is love.
Unit 2, Exercise 10, Parts 1 and 2. The best things in life are free.
Mom, can I have a new...
No, you can't. Nothing else today. You're always asking for things.
Shh, Kirsty. You can't have everything you want when you want it. We can't afford it. Come on now. Let's think of some of the things we have in our family that are free. What's the best thing for you, Ben?
What's the best free thing? I know. It's my dog.
It's my dog, too.
Okay, it's our dog, Boris. He's the nicest member of our family. He cost nothing because he came from the shelter. He's the best thing because, I love taking him for walks. I love the crazy way he runs around the park and the fields.
I love him, too. I love the way he just loves us. Do you all want to know what my best free thing is?
Huh, I'm sure you'll tell us.
Well, it's Amy.
How nice. We all love Amy.
But I think she loves me best. And I love her because she always laughs when she sees me, and she holds out her hands for me to pick her up. And her first word was my name. She says, KKK.
That's the only word she says. She says it for everything and everyone.
No, she doesn't.
Shh, Kirst. What about you, Dad? What's your best free thing?
That's easy. All day long, I work in the dirty, noisy city among crowds of people. So, my best thing is when we all go walking in the countryside on the weekend.
I hate walking.
I know you do, but it's good to do things for others. The reason I love it is, well, it makes me so happy when we go for walks as a family and take Boris and have a picnic. I love eating outdoors. Food tastes better.
Oh, yeah. I love picnics. What about you, Mom?
Oh, there are lots of things I like that don't cost anything. There's my family, of course. No, perhaps not. They cost a lot. Especially you, Kirsty.
That's not fair. I don't...
Shh. Go on, Mom.
Let's see. What do I like? I know, the first signs of spring because I love to see the trees turning green and the garden coming to life after winter. I find it exciting every year. Oh, and sunsets. That's another thing I love. There's nothing more beautiful than a glorious red sunset at the end of the day.
Boring.
Don't be rude, Kirsty. I think your mother and I like the same kinds of things. One day you'll change your mind. The best things aren't always the things you buy.
Unit 2, Exercise 13, Part 1.
S. Books. Gets. Pats.
Z. Trains. Lives. Johns.
Is. Houses. Washes. Liz's.
Unit 2, Exercise 13, Part 2.
Works. Plays. Buses. Pete's. Peter's. Loves. Watches. Wants. Runs. Languages. Relaxes. Hates. Anna's.
Rick's, George's, tickets, starts, teachers, cats, clothes, pieces, rains, Henry's, goes, finishes.
Unit 2, Exercise 13, Part 3. 1.
Ann's sister finishes work at 3 o'clock on Monday afternoons.
2.
It always rains on Sundays.
3.
Rick's mother speaks 6 languages.
4.
George's daughter loves clothes and horses.
5.
Mary's boyfriend runs 20 miles over hills and fields.
Unit 3, Exercise 3, Part 2. 1.
Made. Paid.
2.
Paid. Said.
3.
Cut. Put.
4.
Read. Said.
5.
Heard. Made.
6.
Could. Stood.
7.
Broke. Took.
8.
Ate. Met.
9,
1. Ran.
10.
Bought. Caught.
Unit 3, Exercise 8. Caught in the act. Crowd shouts abuse as burglar is stuck hanging upside down.
John Pierce, a 32-year-old burglar, thought he had another easy job as he was breaking into an empty house. He smashed the window of the house with a hammer. But while he was climbing in through the smashed window, his foot got stuck and he couldn't free himself. He was hanging upside down in the window for more than 3 hours while neighbors laughed and shouted at him. When the owner of the house, Paul Ives, arrived home from work, he didn't understand why people were standing outside his house. Then he saw the burglar trapped in his own window. Paul said, "He kept saying, 'I haven't done anything. I was stopping the burglars.'" Unsurprisingly, Mr. Ives didn't believe him. Police arrived at the scene and got him down. He was arrested and taken to the police station. Mr. Ives, 44, an engineer, said, "He must be the world's worst burglar. He was screaming at everyone to get him down, and we were all saying, 'I don't think so.'" Next-door neighbor Nicola Daniels, 34, said, "I heard banging and thought Paul and his girlfriend were moving furniture. When the banging continued, I looked out of the window and saw this man hanging upside down. He was swearing and shouting, 'I'm not the burglar.' Another neighbor called the police, and there was quite a crowd standing and laughing at him. It was his own fault. He deserved it all."
Unit 3, Exercise 9. Someone stole my bag.
Good morning, ma'am. Can I help you?
Oh, yes. Hello, officer. Oh, dear. It's terrible. I'm still shaking.
Now try and calm down and tell me what happened.
Okay, I'll try. Well, I was walking along Main Street and I was hot, so I took off my jacket and I was carrying it in my right hand, I think. No, it was my left hand. Yes, my left. And then suddenly my cell phone rang. I heard it ring, but I couldn't find it in my bag and
Now, please slow down and first tell me your name and address.
Oh, sorry. It's Mrs. Clements, Margot Clements, and I live at 13 Marlins Road, Springfield.
Thank you, Mrs. Clements. Now, you were carrying your jacket and you were looking for your phone in your bag, yes?
Yes. Oh, and it's a new phone. I only got it 2 days ago.
Could you please tell me what happened?
Of course. Sorry. I couldn't find my phone, so I stopped walking and put my bag on a bench to take a look. I wasn't holding my bag, 'cause my jacket was in the other hand, and my cell phone, it was still ringing. And then suddenly there was this man. He was walking toward me, and as he passed, he picked up my bag and ran off. Oh, it was awful. He took my bag, my cell phone. It was still ringing. He took everything. It all happened so quickly.
I know these things are very upsetting. Did you see the man? What did he look like?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't get a good look. It was all so quick. But I think he was quite young, about 18 or 20, and he had long brown hair.
Did you see what he was wearing?
I think he was wearing blue jeans and a T-shirt. A red T-shirt, I think.
And what time did the incident occur?
Oh, it happened 20 minutes ago at 1 o'clock.
Could you describe your bag, please, and tell me what's in it?
It's fairly big. Not very big. It's gray and black with lots of pockets. That's why I couldn't find my phone. Too many pockets. My purse was in the bag. It's blue, and there was $50 in it. And my driver's license. Oh, dear. And my house keys. They were in the bag, too.
Well, Margot, it's your lucky day. Someone handed in a handbag fitting that description just 10 minutes ago. The thief obviously dropped it as he was running away. But please be more careful in the future. Keep a tight hold of your bag.
Oh, thank you, officer. That's wonderful. What a relief.
Unit 3, Exercise 10, Part 1. 1.
Father.
2,
Thinks.
3,
Wash.
4,
Watch.
5,
Asian.
6,
Just.
7.
English.
Unit 3, Exercise 10, Part 2.
Weather. Shop. 30. Drink. Brother. Thing. Measure. Catch. Revision. Teacher. Station. Danger. Sure. January. Chocolate. Wrong.
Unit 4, Exercise 10, Part 1. America's favorite meal, hamburgers.
The hamburger is the dish the U.S. is known for all over the world. Americans eat almost 50 billion hamburgers each year. That's 3 per person every week. We eat them with cheese, ketchup, mustard, tomatoes, lettuce, or onions, or with everything on top. Americans simply cannot get enough of hamburgers. How it all began. The U.S. Library of Congress says that a restaurant in Connecticut, Louis' Lunch, served the first hamburger in 1900. The story says that a customer was in a hurry and wanted a fast lunch to go. So the owner put a ground beef patty on 2 pieces of white toast, and the customer walked out of the restaurant with the first hamburger. The earliest hamburgers didn't have ketchup or mustard on them. Cheese, tomatoes, and onions were the only items added. And for some time, all these ingredients were served on toast or regular bread. Louis' Lunch still serves their hamburgers on toast today. The dispute. Many people argue that others invented the hamburger long before Louis' Lunch did. Some argue that a Texan named Fletcher Davis served them in the 1880s and brought them to the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis, Missouri. Others say Frank and Charles Menches, brothers from Ohio, invented the hamburger in 1885 after running out of sausages at a local county fair. And some others claim that Charlie Negreen invented it at a fair in 1885 in Wisconsin. He wanted to sell meatballs, but it was easier to sell them between 2 slices of bread. A 4th story says that Oscar Bilby from Oklahoma came up with the idea to put a hamburger on a bun instead of bread. In fact, no one really knows who first came up with the hamburger. Hamburgers today. Once common only in fast food chains and diners, the hamburger also appears on the menus of fashionable restaurants nowadays. The combination of ingredients varies, but the basic ones are still the same, and you can find this typical American meal all over the world now. It is definitely America's favorite meal, but not only Americans know how to enjoy it.
Unit 4, Exercise 11, My favorite kind of meal. Dave.
My favorite food is my mom's cooking. I like everything she makes, but the thing I miss most when I'm away from home is her roast dinner on Sundays. It's my favorite because my mom's Sunday dinners are the best in the world. She always cooks a roast, lamb, pork, chicken, but my favorite is roast beef with potatoes and a green vegetable, broccoli. I don't like that so much, or peas. I like peas. And then some of her delicious gravy poured over it all. Fabulous.
Sally.
My favorite food is egg salad sandwiches, but I only really eat them when I go for picnics in the summer. I like them so much because I love eating food outdoors. When you're in the countryside, sitting in a field or by a river, it tastes fantastic, whatever it is. But egg salad sandwiches taste best of all. They're simple and delicious. Just chopped eggs mixed with a bit of mayonnaise and some salt and pepper on sliced bread. Yummy! It's no good eating them in the house or in the garden. They taste best in the open air in the summer sunshine.
Freddie.
I know it's terrible, but my favorite meal is hamburgers and fries. And I only like them from places like McDonald's and Burger King. I think it's because I ate so many when I was a kid. I loved them then, and I still do now. I really love the Big Mac with all the trimmings. A big, juicy burger, cheese, pickles, and not a lot of lettuce, and a big portion of fries with ketchup. I go to a McDonald's 2 or 3 times a week. I don't tell my girlfriend. She thinks I'm crazy.
Lizzie.
I learned to cook my favorite meal when I was living in East Africa, a delicious chicken curry. I had friends from all over the world there, but I worked with 2 sisters, and their mom was a fantastic cook. When I tasted her curry, I couldn't believe how good it was. So the girls asked their mom to show me how to make it. You mix lots of spices with garlic, tomato paste, and yogurt. The chicken cooks in this, with fried onions and potatoes on top. You eat it with boiled rice. I still make it when I have friends for supper. It's my favorite because it doesn't taste like the curries in restaurants. It's very different. Everyone loves it.
Unit 4, Exercise 15, Part 1. 1,
Steak.
2,
Loaf.
3,
Pie.
4,
Cow.
5,
Toy.
6,
Case.
7,
Boil.
8.
Brown.
Unit 4, Exercise 15, Part 2. 1,
Steak. Cake.
2,
Phone. Grown.
3,
Dine. Sign.
4,
Loud. Crowd.
5,
Oil. Boil.
6,
Grow. Dough.
7,
Dry. Tie.
8.
Plate. 8.
Unit 4, Exercise 15, Part 3. 1,
I'd like a rare steak, please.
2,
Can I have 8 ripe pears?
3,
5 pounds of brown rice, please.
4,
A slice of white bread goes well with mild cheese.
5,
I like the same meal every day. Olive oil, potatoes, and soy sauce.
Unit 4, Exercise 8.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like some grapes, please. How much are they?
$4 a pound.
I'd like a nice bunch, please. And do you have any bananas?
I'm sorry. I only have a few left. Just 3.
Okay, never mind. I need some vegetables. Do you have any broccoli?
Yes, it's right next to you. Help yourself. Anything else?
That's all, thanks. How much is that?
That's $5.50, please.